Welcome back, everyone, to another Spearhead cast. With me, Matt. We've got a Western Front fight for you all. On the Allied side, we have Robertos playing as the British, with Royal Parachute Regiment, with hammer tactics. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting, and the sound seems to be bugged out. That's awkward. Probably not a good thing. Anyway, we have Q playing as the United States of America, who has not picked a commander yet. On the Axis side, we have Scrofo playing as Staff Division for the Wehrmacht. And we have Question Mark playing as the Wehrmacht without a commander yet. We'll keep in mind the US and the other Wehrmacht to see if they pick something. But we already know that Roberto is playing as Royal Parachute, which means we're going to see the first Airborne Division coming in on the field immediately. Which is a thing that the Airborne Divisions can do, that they can get their own unique infantry out immediately, which can actually be a big advantage. They're very costly though. Notice that the Pioneers and the Re-Echelons are having an engagement here. We have more Strafttruppen coming onto the field now. Still no commanders for the Americans or the other Wehrmacht player. Look like the Pioneers might win out against the Re-Echelons in this engagement. Hard to say yet. Look like the British are moving southwards, so to take this area quickly. If you're wondering, this map is the fields of Vinenkendonk, which is a Manila map. Let's see, we also have some Volksgrenadiers coming out. Not the Staff, also Volksgrenadiers, which is useful. Volksgrenadiers can actually be very handy to have, because they are a little bit better at that job than the Staff, and they can be armed with some specialized equipment based on your commander. I believe as Staff they get access to the Flammenwerfer, which actually makes them able to be flamethrower troops, which can actually be a big thing. Like the Americans are being pinned down a little bit here. The Penals are trying to move down here on the British position. Well, that's not going to work well, I think. Not when the British are in a prepared position here.
New machine gun crew ready and waiting.
But the Penals might try to flank around, using their numbers to their advantage here. And then the Volksgrenadiers are going to move in here to try and distract by the looks of it. He might be trying to get close enough to throw a Brandflash here. But it's not working out well for him here currently. You know, the Americans and the other Wehrmacht player is engaging more up here. Brandflash coming in here on the British. Royal Parachuters will be able to deal with all these people with no problem, I imagine. These guys are very elite troops. And up here, the Americans seem to have been fighting off the Wehrmacht for now. Volksgrenadiers are fighting the rifle section discluded, but it's a Mills bomb though. Vickers K coming up here, or Vickers medium machine gun. We also have an MG34 coming out here for the Wehrmacht. It looks like we have medical supplies being airdropped. No, not a medical supplies, an actual assault team dropping in.
An infantry section of Tommies.
Very bad timing to set up an MG. The Vickers K should be a lot more accurate in this engagement currently, yeah. North and front, still no mana choices. There are a lot of Grenadiers having a firefight with some riflemen here. Assault team trying to get good shots here, and they are. That's a Gewaltladung. Very good throw. We'll see what it does anything. Oh yeah, it destroyed the machine gun entirely. That's the power of the Gewaltladung. No command choices yet. More penal troops coming in. Triple Grenadiers and an MG34 for the Northern Front here. Oh, we see Big Red 1 for Q, US Rifle Division. Big Red 1 should allow him to get a lot of troops out on the field early on, if he decides to use that ability now. But he's already got a field presence at this moment. Now the Grenadiers should be better than the Riflemen at long range combat, so the Grenadiers should be winning out here. But if they get close out in the open, the Riflemen should start mowing them down. There's a lot of Grenadiers here though, and they are trying to use cover as they move up. But there's a Jeep here trying to provide flanking fire as well. Yeah, I don't think those Riflemen are gonna last long. Oh! LMG-34 for the Grenadiers.
Forward headquarters are now available. We can now commandeer structures for use.
More riflemen trying to come in though. Probably aiming for a flank. But there is an MG-34 coming. Oh, they might be going for a grenade. Yes, a rifle grenade. Now the southern flank, it looks like the paratroopers have had a little bit of a hard time against all the Germans.
Squad knocked out.
Paratroopers might actually have to pull back out of here. Is that more paratroopers dropping in? Looks like it is. It's another squad. It's a commander.
There's a shiny new officer and gentleman ready to go.
And MG-34 is going to be able to cover the fuel point here for the Germans.
We have additional Ostrom available.
The medics coming in here for the Northern Wehrmacht front. A lieutenant for Saskrafo here. Able to call in artillery support for the penal troops and the Volksgrenadiers. Americans have been armed with 30 cals. Smart choice. It's a very good weapon you get access to as US Rifle Division.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
The Germans are still desperately trying to take a hold of this area now. The British might be aiming to set up a forward base down there at the destroyed farm. Artillery came in from the airborne officer here. And that's him with a beret right there, with a Tommy gun actually. So, not much moving on the northern fronts. The MG-34 will stop any attempt by the US to take that unless they smoke the position. We have looks like we have a pack and an armored car coming in. But the other German they're taking up now to probably get an armored car themselves.
Pioneers ready for anything.
One wonders where the question mark is gonna go as a commander choice. He might be waiting to do a little bit of a surprise. Who's to say?
Waiting for the kickoff.
Airborne troops are armed with the Vickers Go. Yeah, that turns out it is a very fast-firing machine gun. About the same rate of fire as the MG-42. It looks like the Americans are going to go for it. MT squad moving out, being mowed down by the MG-34. But artillery coming in on the MG-34. Nice little lieutenant. That's going to give the Americans time to take the point. Oh, it's a smoke barrage! Oh, very smart.
And now dispatch WC-51 trucks.
Oh, wait, it was smoke and noble barrage? Oh, it was both. Okay. Grenadiers trying to get into position here to open fire, though. 2-2-1 on the field. Going to become a 2-2-2 shortly. American recon plane coming over, I imagine. Oh, it's there, dropping in weapons. Looks like we have a mortar and a 57mm AT gun. Very nice. That'll help deal with the armored car. Armored car for the southern flank too. Also becoming... No, this one is staying at 2-2-1, but it's getting armed with Radpanzer. Which should give it a lot more armor. A 50% increased armor, which is a very big deal when dealing with machine guns or anti-tank rifles.
Transfer to the front.
The British are dropping in munitions. One of the advantages of playing the Royal Parachute Regiment. 2-2-1 is getting part... 2-2-2 this one is. It's getting the Radpanzer as well. But it might not be enough to stop a 57mm shell. I have to be very careful with moves. And we'll have the engagement of the southern flank here. Oh, Geballladung! Got it thrown there. Nice to see. I don't think the British paratroops have a lot of anti-tank weapon. Well, scratch that, they have captured Panzerfausts. That is a very big deal. Lieutenant is opening, is gonna probably try and cause a barrage there. So he is. That's gonna give an opening for the penals to try and get up close, but they get mowed down! Oh!
We have additional Ostrom available.
As one would expect. More penal troops and Volksgrenadiers are gonna try and make a push, I think. There's a recon squad up here in the north, an Aufkleider. We'll need to keep an eye on what goes on here. Looks like the Volksgrenadiers are going to try and take the point here. Use the sandbags to the advantage. 2-2-1 is moving up to provide support fire. It should avoid getting too close though. Artillery coming in here though. But the Germans did manage to decapture the point. Truck has arrived to allow reinforcement at the front. Stolen MP40s being handed out to the paratroopers. Interesting. I would probably have gone for the Tommy gun myself, but I think those weapons are cheaper. Yeah, 30. No, it's not that big of a difference. I guess the MP40 is just a decent weapon. And again, the MP40 is a decent weapon. I shouldn't say that. Say it isn't. Germans are taking the northern point again. Double mortars here right behind the fence. More grenadiers coming up. These guys being armed with Gewehr 43s. Gewehr 43s is going to allow them to have somewhat of an equalizer in medium range fights. AT gun got decrewed, but on the rifleman squad is quickly moving up to try and recruit again. Germans have captured the fuel, but they'll have to pull back. Another back and forth up here. 2-2-1 is in an ambush position. Lieutenant and some penals trying to get up in position here. Oh, Glider has arrived for the Royal Parachutes. Setting up basically a forward base like this. Arriving with squads and weapons, including an AT team. Very handy little thing. And they can reinforce from it. They can also recruit paratrooper units from it. The question is if the Germans can hold this front line up here too. We still have not seen a commander pick from question mark. Oh, we also see this first special service coming out here for the Big Red One. A unique call-in they can do, but they've been spotted by the scout car. And they'll have to get out of there. Hey, well, scout car is being very aggressive down here, but an anti-tank team is moving on with it. It looks like the Royal Parachute Regiment is doing an amazing job. There's some Storm Pioneers coming in for Soskrofa. With the captured PPSHs. The PPSH actually became very popular to use amongst the Germans. The Wehrmacht actually captured enough PPSHs to begin converting them to use German ammunition, which should say a lot. Not sure how much it saw action on the Western Front though, but it definitely saw a lot of action on the Eastern Front with how many the Germans captured over there. I'm sure there were some instances of the Germans using it on the Western Front. As a Gewalt no, almost killing them. Well, Americans are still trying to see if they can capture the point up here. But Germans are still somehow keeping them at bay, thanks to the brave work of the Grenadiers and those Aufklars relaying in the position. The machine gun behind them. Neil troops have arrived now with the pack. Heal with British armor. Not that I think we'll see much armor from a parachute regiment, but who am I to say? Big Red One is still trying to fight up here. More riflemen coming in, smoke coming in too.
We are losing a sector.
The Americans being mowed down here in the open, but the lieutenant is going to move up to cause artillery.
We have a forward structure under attack.
And not going to be the easiest. Oh, good grenade though, almost killing the lieutenant. Looks like the British want to get rid of that bunker. But the artillery did not hit exactly what they wanted it to. MG-34 setting up to cover the fields. More American infantry with support is moving up slowly, bit by bit. Taking new emplacements as they approach. Now we have the first special service too. Provide some elite ace firepower support here. Although the Spec Ops units are generally not the best at frontline combat, it's very hard to sneak around sometimes, but it is a good way to do it up here. Issue is that we do know that there's a Aufklärer somewhere. Not at the front yet. And the Southern Flank, the Parachute Regiment is still fighting. Light infantry gun has arrived for the Wehrmacht here. Oh, that's shot over. That's shot definitely overshot. Oh. A useful weapon, no? We have a Panzer IV-H coming in though now for the Northern Wehrmacht. And still no commander choice. I guess he doesn't need to. But he is lacking officers and abilities because of it.
We have a new Panzer IV.
Let's see. The light infantry gun should definitely write something. Precision shots coming in. Oh, it's aiming at. Oh, something over here by the looks of it. Panzer IV-H is on the field now, though. Which should allow the Northern Wehrmacht to get some kind of a pushback if they can get through the 57mm. The big red one is definitely being very defensive up here, using a lot of support teams and sandbags. But the rifle grenades are hitting very well from the Wehrmacht. And Panzer IV-H is moving up now. They need to get rid of that 57mm. Like if they can decrew that, they could move up a lot safer. Now the southern flank, it looks like the paratroopers are moving up again. Oh, Geballadung hit back with the shrapnel on the Storm Pioneers. That's not good. But the Penals and the Lieutenant, they're still holding here. Oh, no, those are Penals, those are Volksgrenadiers. The Lieutenant, I assume, is this guy over here. Yeah, I suppose he got a little bit angry at that, but I think this bush served as a shrapnel blocker. We have a Panzer IV. We have a Baby Tiger coming out here now. The Baby Tiger is like a Panzer IV-2 that's like been extra heavily armored. It's an intriguing little modification of the Panzer J. Panzer II-J, I mean. No, Panzer II-L. Ugh. It's called J because of the Baby Tiger thing. I'm sorry. Sometimes the German naming things gets a little bit confusing even for me. Oh, we have a Cromwell out here and more paratroopers landing.
The Cromwell's ready to roll.
A new infantry section is ready for battle.
There is a pack here though.
Taking our territory.
Machine gun is relocating. Probably to get to a better position. Pack didn't penetrate though, which is a very bad thing. Penetrating shot, but it might not be enough. It is gonna force it to back off though. Both the Blitz and the Baby Tiger on the field here. The extra armor does limit its speed, however. Oh, special service flank north, very smart. That's what you're kind of meant to do with them, but the MG40. Oh, that's a grenade on them. That's a satchel charge, I think. Oh, very good satchel charge right there. They still need to get rid of those 57mm though. Half-class been spotted by being hit by a mortar. I guess there is a lot of mortar fire coming in here from the US troops. Fires very rapidly with so many of them. Looks like the Panzer IV-H is flanking northwards, however. Germans are going to have a little bit of a harder time here, I think. Unless they can really get success of this Panzer IV. Explosive shot being aimed. Ah, hit the terrain though.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward
Another Panzer IV-H coming out for the Wehrmacht. More and more penal troops going in for the other Wehrmacht.
Mortar team available for deployment.
The British parachute troops are just taking in more. You also have a Major, I think.
There's an officer awaiting
It gets a lot more unique bombing runs, like a lot of aircraft coming in.
Cromwell tank, reporting for orders.
I await your
No officers from the other Wehrmacht because he has to pick the commander. I think some officers would help in dealing with this. That's just my own opinion. Some fuel supply trucks coming in for the fuel point here.
Frontier building has been lost. Panzer IV is ready for battle. Ready for
That's the second Panzer IV.
A fresh mortar crew has arrived.
That's a lot of fuel for the Americans coming in. They'll make good use of that, hopefully. The Germans are quickly moving up here to try and lay an S-mine field. Oh, they lay that fast. Good to see. Royal Air Force is giving some eyes on the German positions. Heavy mortar, actually, for the penal troops. Essentially the exact same heavy mortar the Soviets used that the Germans just copied after engaging it. Oh, it might be aiming for the American position. So it is. This thing can put a dent in the defensive position the Americans have. If it can hit. It is very inaccurate. It is firing a very big shell. As you can see, it's not known for its accuracy, but it's known for its power. Also the Panzer IV-H coming out here for the Staff Division. But with double Panzer IV-H's up here, they might be able to make a breakthrough. If they can just get rid of the American AT guns. Aufklar has been killed though.
We are suffering losses.
Major's pushing up. Oh, mortar shell hit around them though. Major called in a precision shot. More artillery coming in too. Oh, that was the precision shot, I think. The Panzer IV flanking on the north.
Panzer IV standing by. Enemy AT gun destroyed.
White phosphorus coming in too. They're pulling everything in on the German front line currently. Shelling it to hell. Guess the Americans are preparing for a push. They just want the Germans to not be able to push up. Panzer IV's taking his chance. The two Panzer IVs working together might make a breakthrough. They already are seem to be, but double 76 Germans are being prepared. I think at this point, question mark could go. Oh, did it get shot? Why did it get shot? Oh, the 57mm turned around and hit it. Okay. I think at this point, the question mark could probably go Panzer Division if he wants to get more tanks or something heavier. That's just my suggestion anyway. He's getting a Stuk G though. Stuk is always a good call. Stuk is highly versatile if he can keep the front to the enemy. More packs on the stuff on front line here. Double Cromwell now for the parachute regiment. But the first 76 Sherman has arrived for the US forces.
Ready for trouble.
But the looks like the Cromwell's might prepare a push. But there is a lot of packs here. High explosive shot though. Not sure what they're shooting at. High explosive shot, I think. Yeah, hit straight on the pack.
Enemy has destroyed an anti-tank.
Generally in real life, if at the tank up position got spotted by a tank, it would be dead. Because a single high explosive shot at the tank up position would mean people there would just be dead. So it really was good for ambushes or en masse. You want to prevent tanks from getting in there. It looks like it might be very big. Oh, that's the RAF coming in. Oh god, they want to get rid of that Panzer IV. They're calling the RAF with with rockets to try and deal with it. That's a very big move. Panzer IV is doing a good job though, despite being under this pressure.
My lord, a tank's been lost.
It actually got shut down. Panzer IV is free. These guys do. Oh, they don't have a Panzerfaust. They do have a Gammon bomb. Gammon bomb, immobilize the tank. I might get a shot off. Oh, getting very close down here. Germans on the northern front might be preparing a push too. But the Americans are gonna push up here. $57mm are putting a lot of pressure on the Germans. Looks like a howitzer. It looks like the Germans have a howitzer as well. Southern German front is still holding despite all the pressure. The Americans are under a lot more to deal with now with artillery coming in on them. That's the heavy mortar, right? The heavy mortar might be neutralized. I completely missed that. But the howitzer is gonna be very dangerous if it can hit. Oh, we now have a commander for question mark. It looks like it's when Leichter. Leichter can be a decent choice. Looks like the Stuk has been armed with an MG42. That's definitely gonna help dealing with the infantry frontally. There's only one 57mm left by the looks of it. But the 76mm Shermans has arrived. There's also a priest. Firefly has arrived for the British. The Firefly was essentially a very unique little case of the British mounting a 17-pounder on a Sherman. This thing was really cramped to be inside, by the way. It was very inaccurate because of that. It did not have it was not the best idea, I'd say, but it was proved to be effective because a 17-pounder could punch through most German tanks without any issue. Looks like artillery got called in here by the lieutenant. Didn't do much, but it did force them off. Panzerwerfer has arrived here, alongside some 90th Panzer Grenadiers. Ooh, a Stu has arrived. A Stu is essentially being a Stuk, but instead of an anti-tank gun, it has a howitzer mounted. So it's used for anti-infantry duties and also artillery strength. Yeah, this Firefly is already showing its worth here with the 17-pounder. Oh, they get a penetrating shot back at the Firefly. Looks like Panzer IV might get out of there if it's lucky. Oh, that main gun took the shot. Artillery coming in and the Royal Air Force coming in too. Looks like the Opel Blitz is used as a mobile repair station. Stu is moving up here. Obviously trying to deal with the infantry. But the Royal Air Force is coming in. The RAF is not letting up. And with the northern flank, you have the Germans still trying to keep the Americans at bay. Panzerwerfer does not look like it is taking a shot yet. Panzer IV is flanking. It's gonna go for the priest. There's nothing to stop it. Oh, the priest is taking too many shots. And priest goes off with his ammunition. They're trying to throw a satchel charge on the Panzer IV. They might succeed. But the priest has been neutralized. Meanwhile, looks like the Royal Air Force is trying to attack down here. The Panzer IV to the southern flank is still able to reply in force. Wait, the Firefly got destroyed? Huh. I missed so many things. But the Panzer IV should be able to deal with most of this as there's nothing to really threaten it. These guys do have a captured Panzerfaust though. And they might try to use it. They are. Oh, they didn't fire it! It moved out of range. Grenadiers on the northern front here. RAF dropping in more supplies. Probably back here. Yeah, more munitions. They can use more airstrikes. Another Stu coming in. Sub-Scruffer might be aiming for... Not Scruffer, question mark. Might be aiming for a Panther at this point. Hard to tell. Well, looks like the Americans took somewhat of a beating, but they are still fresh enough. Ours is still original for the Germans. It's begun firing again too in the American position.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
But the Royal Parachute troops are moving up. Slowly closing in the position on the German base.
Our brave infantry is
Yeah,
dying.
the Royal Parachute troops are really powerful.
Attention! Orders! Ready for orders.
Yeah, he's going to need more infantry replacements at this point. Yeah, he's getting double penals. They're trying to pull back this thing.
We can now call upon our supply reserves of ammunition. A new grenadier squad is ready.
Northern front is looking somewhat silent apart from the artillery going
Extra
in.
munitions can be delivered
Oh,
to
Panzerwerfer did fire and it killed a lot of kills. Wow. I wonder what it shot at. Panzer 4H is ready again.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Panzer 4H is still somewhat providing a good support for the Germans.
Assault gun standing by.
Stuk F8 on the northern front. Being loaded with the high explosive shots. But it'll deal with infantry a lot easier. Stu on the southern flank. Holding some kind of a bombing run here. No, the Germans are pushing northwards now. Thanks for the Stuk and the pack. Oh, they lost the squad to the explosive. I didn't see that. Ooh. 105 Sherman coming in. And the RAF is still trying to make a mess of things. There's not much the Germans can do against this unless they get some actual AA. MD-42 is not gonna count enough. And Stuk hit a heat shell that overshot. He's gonna have a duel with a 76 Sherman now. Oh, looks like the 76 might win this out. It's always hard to tell. And Panzer the southern front is still alive. The fight is definitely being very harsh on both sides here. Lots of people are dying in these fields. And the Royal Parachute Regiment is just showing why they're elite troops. Stu is moving to get repairs.
Relief infantry is now available.
Double Panzer Grenadiers coming in for a question mark.
You have a fire mission?
And the light infantry gun has not been doing too well in all honesty. It might need to become better at what it does. That didn't even kill anyone by the looks of it. Hit a tree. And the RAF is coming in again. There's like no pause. This is trying their cover though, or trying to. Oh yeah, here it comes. They're trying to destroy the Panzer IV. Ah, it's immobilized though. Not looking good if that one comes off without a front, but it got shut down. That's very fortunate for that Panzer IV. House is doing danger close. Somewhat danger close. We have Panzer Grenadiers on the front line here. 90th are pretty competent frontline troops. They need to be armed with specialized equipment. So the house did get some kills here. Not many, but it did something. The stew is also ready. More bombing runs coming in at the German position. The RAF is not stopping. Ooh, they missed that. Ooh, that was close. And the stew is gonna try and get some shots here. More artillery coming in on them. Oh, Stu took a shot there from the 17-pounder. But the Panzer IV is going to try and go for it. But it's not sight of it. Americans are trying to push up on the northern front here. Not enough infantry to stop them. But those rifle grenades are really well aimed by the Panzer Grenadiers here. Another Panzer IV in the field. Oh yeah, the Germans have like no munitions left. F8's gonna have trouble against this 105. But the Panzer IV is moving. Okay, good job with it. Good attempt with the grenade down there on the southern flank. Panzer Grenadiers are prepared to move out again. They need to push through somewhere because they're still just being more and more confined by the Germans into a smaller and smaller location. Like the Allies are just pushing the Germans further and further back slowly. Oh, Firefly got taken down though. That Panzer IV is doing an amazing job. Yes, there's some heroes of the fatherland present here. 105 Sherman is also in trouble. Oh, they still have a chance to take out that 105.
The capture point is being overrun.
All you need to do is get one penetrating shot.
Sherman ready.
Artillery being used with it.
Armor ready.
Oh, it got too close. The 105 got a penetrating shot.
Tank ready.
But it goes down to the Panzer IV. RAF is strafing the front line again.
Tank. Assault gun standing by.
Flag position going up here for the Germans.
Seizing the sector.
Panzer Grenadiers advancing slowly. Need to get rid of that position somehow. The MT-42 is doing a very good job here slaughtering the Americans. Need to take out that truck though. And that other 76 Sherman coming up. Truck is down, but 76 is now present. That's not good for the Panzer IV. Lost it, losing its driver. Oh, it missed!
Just got a report of an infantry
Oh, they're getting too close to each other. They cannot shoot. Yeah, that's gonna be the Panzer IV there dying. Yeah, well, the southern flank, the Stu is advancing again. Oh shit, man. The Germans need to get some more equipment set up. Flag is now present though, which should help. Panzer Grenadiers are ready for the fight again though. And the Panzer IV on the southern flank is ready again. This one is so good, you could probably give him a Panzer officer. Another RAF recon run coming over. And flag is not in the proper position, I think. Yeah, RAF coming in. Or just artillery by looks of it. Another Firefly present for the British paratroopers.
Send your orders.
More 76s being amassed. Oh, those Devil's Brigade will mow these guys down. Oh, the MG42 saved them. Man, that MG42 just saved those Panzer Grenadiers there. And the Panzer Grenadiers not doing too well against these BAR armed riflemen though. Like, the Panzer Grenadiers need to be armed with specialized equipment, or they're just no match for the firepower of the American units. Or probably supported by the MG42, like here. Yeah, he is getting a Panzer officer and the Panzer IV agent the southern flank. Makes sense. That tank is doing a really amazing job.
Time to unleash our heavy tanks.
Yes, we have a Panzer IV ace in the making now if he survives long enough.
Yes?
More Panzer Grenadiers present. He's getting some Volksgrenadiers now too. Honestly, I don't think the house has done a lot. Only 3 kills. Not the most amazing a weapon.
Half-track ready.
All these 76ers coming. They're going to need a lot more anti-tank equipment.
Panzer IV is
He is getting another anti-tank gun, so good to see.
Anti-tank gun has arrived.
Another Pack 40. Looks like the American is not that keen on having to deal with the Germans fighting to the end here. Firefly has to be very careful where it moves with that amazing crew around. But this too might be in trouble. Packs are starting to show up again though. German 76ers are preparing to move up though. Germans are still fairly entrenched though. But the Panzer Grenadiers are just not able to punch through the BAR riflemen here. RAF is coming in again, and they took out the veteran Panzer IV. Oh, that's horrible.
We have a forward structure.
Black is covering the flank here, though. If it can hit. Firefly is trying to push up, though. Oh, they're trying to take out the flag position. Oh, 76% Panzer Force is a tough thing. Because both tanks can kind of get the upper hand on each other based on position and when they fire. More AF coming in. Ooh, that hurts. It looks like Susgrofer has teched up though. He might be aiming to somehow try and get a Broombear. Broomba? Anyway, that's Sturmpanzer 4, or Stupa, as it was referred to by some. RF's doing a flyover. Germans are not gonna last for much longer at this rate, I think. The appeal troops all to hold the southern flank is just not gonna make it. Hand grenadiers are present on the field though, but I don't think their presence can do much.
We have a new sniper under our command.
Panzerwerfer's firing. Oh, aiming for the tanks. Looks like it didn't get at one of the tanks though. More RAF coming in.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Oh, they're bracing it. Or whatever artillery is coming in. Yeah, the Oberblitz is probably gonna get shot if it stays there. Artillery coming in here. Looks like it might have been a position shot. Yeah, Black Dragon howitzer coming in. That's a really big artillery strike. You can actually hear it coming. Overshot though. More AF coming in. It never stops. Panzer 4 has been disabled. 76 moving up. RAF comes in again for another strafe. Oh yeah, I don't think that the Germans are gonna last much longer now. But the Americans have mostly been bred dry by doing all this. The Germans could actually make a comeback if they can destroy those tanks. But they don't know that the Americans have no reserves.
The enemy has dealt us a blow.
They might think the Americans still have a lot of reserves in the rear. The British still have a lot of troops though. Panzerfaust coming out. One German down.
Infantry squads ready for all-out attacks. Air support standing by. Good work, crew. That's a kill.
Oh, quite a Panzer T-34 on the field too. Oh, good shot there from the Stu.
The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings.
But the Americans are now pushing up though.
Waiting orders.
So unless the Germans can somehow stabilize, I think it's going to be over shortly. Oh, the T-34 Boiler Panzer can be loaded entirely with explosive shells. Fascinating. Now you can decide to just arm with the high explosives. That's not going to help against the Firefly though. It looks like the flag crew has bucked out. That's annoying. The Americans are securing the northern front here.
Assault gun standing by.
That's true, it's actually gotten a lot of kills.
Machine gun squad is firing on us.
Yeah, double panzer or anti-tank hunters. Yeah, that's gonna deal with that.
The enemy has destroyed a panzer. Armor ready. We've been promoted.
And the Americans are gonna try and make a final push here by the looks of it.
Infantry, down with the MG.
Light trucks ready to deploy. The lieutenant has been assigned to field ops. Rifle squad ready for action.
Oh, not good for the Germans there. And the British are just slowly creeping up if they can. It's a lot harder to do because there's a lack of cover. Blue and Grey is trying to flank though. Panzerwerfer fine though. Didn't hit anything. Now the Panzer Grenadiers are going to try and run out in the open against the tanks. That's not going to work. Well, that was a mine there. Oh, I did not see that.
And our headquarters.
Panzer forces down though. And the RAF is still wreaking havoc on the German lines.
By one.
And the 76 Germans are just tearing through the Germans at this point.
Our HQ is under attack.
Well, one high explosive shot there, they'd be all be dead. Oh boy, this is painful. Stu has relocated to the northern front though. They got dazed. And there they go.
We have lost. We have a forward structure under attack.
Yeah, 76 Germans are just tearing through everything.
Foes are behind our lines. Headquarters attacked. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Turn the pack quickly. Panzerfaust got off though.
The sector has been cut off.
Looks like we have some mortar barrage coming into the base. I'm generally not a fan of using abilities of the base. They really shouldn't be able to, in my own opinion.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Our base is under attack.
Paratroops are dropping into the line of fire. Probably not a good idea to do. Looks like the Americans might be aiming for some artillery. High explosive going in the base there. With the Major. Like, it's a valiant attempt by the Germans to try and hold on. But I think the Allies have broken through at this point. Oh, that's a big shot.
Report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Yeah, that's killing all the infantry. And there they go. With that, the Panzer Grenadiers got beaten. And the Allies continue on their push. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. I certainly thought this one was very drastic. I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye bye!